I'm all ears. I want to hear your story.
When COVID hit, I lost almost all of my business.
We've both probably followed some of those people online and been like, oh, okay, yeah, I could do this. And it's like, wait, but you're not doing it. The only thing you're doing is...
Hello.
Hi, we did it.
I know. How are you?
I'm good. I just, I can't keep, what is time is the real question. I don't know. What's time?
I was in my class and I was telling the students about you. And then I saw the missed call and I was like, no. I did not miss it.
Okay. We are talking today about what you would do differently if you could. So I'm all ears. I want to hear your story. Yeah.
So in 2020, when I was a wedding photographer and when COVID hit, I lost almost all of my business. And my daughter was 2. So I found myself as a single mom, like, okay, what am I going to do? So I started taking my prereqs for nursing. I figured that was like a stable, good job with good benefits that would provide a life for us. And then I had this idea to create a product. And I grew up like watching Shark Tank and like being sold kind of this dream of what being an entrepreneur looks like. And I made this big decision to like spend my savings to create this product and really give entrepreneurship a go. And I tasted the dream and I got on Shark Tank and I know I was on the show and I got an investment with Barbara Corcoran and like, I probably shouldn't say her name, but I got an investment.
You were on the show. You're allowed to say that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got an investment with her. I made a toy for the White House. Like I got in Barnes and Nobles, like everything that could happen happened. I won a grant from Joanna Gaines and it was like, I realized that it was never enough. Like, every new level that I reached, it was like, okay, well, what can you do next? How can it be bigger? How can it be better? And the dream that I've been sold about hustling and entrepreneurship, now that I started teaching, it's brought me back to like what actually matters. Mm-hmm. And I wish that I would have not followed the advice that I saw and really just did something that I cared about, that I loved, that fulfilled me, and realized like maybe everyone's dream is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurship is just not what I thought it was from what I was told all these years.
Amen. I have not reached those levels of success. And also there really is. I think that one of the greatest scams perpetuated in modern society is the myth of, entrepreneurship being the apex of self-actualization. Like it's just truly, it is sold, and you are sold like a bill of goods about it. What happened with the product that you made, the company you made? What was that transition away from entrepreneurship like?
So I got an email from one of my neighbors saying that our local high school had posted a job listing for a Shark Tank teacher, just like very niche. Yeah. And so she sent it to me and it was a half-time position. I thought, you know what, I'll try it out. And I completely fell in love with it. And when I looked at like how it felt getting on Instagram every day, like trying to sell a product in the middle of what feels like the world falling apart.
Yeah. Thanks for Asking is a podcast about life, about all kinds of things. We take listener calls, we read books, we do all kinds of stuff because life is complicated and so are people. You can get full episodes of Thanks for Asking on my Substack, which is linked in the description.
That versus the feeling I get coming into a classroom and being with my kids. Like I love these kids so much. It just feels how life should feel.
Oh,
if that makes sense.
I get it. Yes, I get it. It's like, and people are like, oh, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. No, you'll work all the time and you won't have any boundaries and you won't know where the work ends and you began. And also, are you even a person? No, you're a business. No, you're a, you know, it's so much. Did you sell the company or what did you end up doing?
So my class was actually just on an update of Shark Tank recently. I am officially the first person who's ever been on Shark Tank that has announced quitting being an entrepreneur. Normally they only feature like millionaires and really rich people. And for some reason they featured me quitting.
Hell yes.
Yes. So and
I love a quitter. That's so great.
You know what? I think quitting is half the battle.
Quitting is half the battle. Damn.
Actually just reaching the point where you decide, okay, it's time to stop. That's a hard point to reach.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. It's very hard. Yeah. It is very hard. Okay, now I have to know about this product. You invented something. What was it?
Yes, it was a kid's toy that was like it looks like a vintage tin lunchbox that opens on both sides. It's like a dollhouse. It's sustainably made. It's a really cute product, and I think it was a great idea. It just... I don't know. I get really stressed out about pollution and the earth.
Same.
And I'm like, here I am creating a product that's just generating so much packaging, so much plastic, even though it's a sustainable toy. It has to be made in a country where they're not paid livable wages because we don't have manufacturing here for it.
Yep.
And it just overall was not what I thought it would be.
Yeah. It's, in order for it to be a price that people will pay for, someone has to get screwed.
Right.
And
it just doesn't feel good.
And then once you take money from somebody else, you got to make more money. Like, there's always like another level to unlock, and you have to always be, you know, grinding and producing and like doing more, and it's a lot. I'm so proud of you, Kayla. This is probably one of the coolest stories I've ever heard.
Oh God. Well, I don't know what you were just saying about the, you know, needing to accept money. And I've listened to some of your episodes where you've talked about that, even with advertising.
Yeah.
And it's like, once you take money, I think that the lie that we're sold, honestly, because of Shark Tank and other entrepreneurs on social media is I always was in this mindset where I thought every problem that came up, I had to solve. And so the more problems I solved in the beginning, it led me to believe I could continue to keep solving the problems even when they got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And what I should have realized along the way was like, oh, eventually a problem will be so big that will be your indication it's time to stop. And because of the information I was being fed from everything, I believed like, oh, it's just another challenge. I have to figure this out. And then I would take on debt or take on an investor, or I got myself into a place that it was unsustainable.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Almost all of it is unsustainable. It really is.
Yeah.
Like it just, and there are so many people who really their version of entrepreneurship is selling you the idea of entrepreneurship. And
absolutely.
And I think we've both probably followed some of those people online and, you know, been like, oh, okay, yeah, I could do this. And it's like, wait, but you're not doing it. The only thing you're doing is selling other people courses and books on how to do a thing that you're not even doing. That was a little excerpt from Thanks for Asking. If you want full episodes, audio and video, you can go to the link in our description.